Hey, Great Bridge family. Hey, it's Dave again. Hey, just want to give you a quick high five. Just tell you some of the things we have going on here and just give you a little bit of Bible encouragement. You know, one of my favorite scripture verses is in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. I remember a song that Dave McCants used to sing at rallies and things like that. But it was a Trust in the Lord song, and that's the message of this text, this proverb, is just that we might trust in the Lord with everything we got going on. It goes like this in Proverbs chapter 3, 5 and 6. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all of your heart, lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight." Now, one thing we can be sure of is if our trust is in us, in other people, our family, even in good stuff, if it's not in the Lord, that is not the best place to have our trust. Let's remember to put our trust in the Lord, and not with just some of our hearts, because sometimes, I was just talking to somebody about this the other day, sometimes we say, God, here, I want to give this to you, I'm going to trust you with this situation. Then we go back and we'll take it back from him. Let's not do that with our trust. Let's trust him with all that we got. And the promise there comes after this. It says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. You know what? Some of this stuff, when we're dealing with faith, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to any of us. But we need to make sure that it makes sense to God. We're just going to trust him with this. This is spiritual stuff, and let's let him handle that. So let's trust him with all of our heart, and don't try to figure it out yourself. Just trust that God has this. And the promise here is this, is he's going to make your path straight. If you've ever been driving down a crooked road, maybe a backcountry road or something like that, you don't know really what's around the bend. If you are in a road in an unfamiliar area, in this life, none of us has been here before, but God has. He knows what lies ahead, and God's going to make our path just as if it was a straight road. That doesn't mean that it's not going to have its bumps and it's not going to be difficult, but it does mean that he's going to go through it with us, and it's going to make it easier. And so I want to encourage you with that. This might be a faith builder for you, and you might be encouraged by these words. So trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. I just want to encourage you to come. If you don't have a church to be a part of, you're at home when you come to Great Bridge, and we want to just say, come on in. You come through the door, and you're at home. You're part of the family, and it's good to be a part of a family. I remember an old Cheers song. You remember that sitcom? And it has this theme song. It says, "Sometimes you want to go where somebody is always glad you came, and they always know your name." I think I got that backwards. They know your name, and they're always glad that you came. But we are glad that you would come and be a part of us on Sunday mornings. It's great to be a part of something bigger than you, and that's what being a part of a family is. And we want to say welcome to the family and welcome home if you come visit us with it at Great Bridge. Listen, we have a few things going on. Let's just let you know what to expect on Sunday at 10 o'clock. We have classes for our kids. We have adult Bible classes. And right now in our adult Bible class, we're looking at Acts. We've gone through most of the book, but we're in chapter 21. So if you want to read ahead, we're going to take a look at chapter 21 and be encouraged by the New Testament church example, and we'll enjoy that time together. Hey, listen, also in our worship time together, we're going through our series. We're ending our series with the teachings to the Talmudim. We understand that we're followers of Christ, and Christ has offered us some important stuff that he has taught his apostles and his disciples, and we identify ourselves as followers of Christ and understand that he's got something very special for us to know. And in chapter 25 in Matthew, we've been looking at some of the prophetic parables that Jesus is saying that this is what the end of time is going to be like, and we want our church to be ready. And we've already looked at bridesmaids. We've taken a look at bags of gold, and this Sunday we're looking at bad billy goats and good sheep. We want to let you know that there's both of them. It has everything to do with how we serve one another, and so we want to be good sheep and serve our community. We also want to know that when Christ calls our name, that we need to be ready to hear it and listen and be attentive to that call. He knows your name. And so that's what we're looking at in our pulpit time together. We have a second hour program also for our kids. We're looking at some Easter stuff and the stories that lead up to Easter in our second hour junior church remix. Kevin has that going on back there. Also want to just give you a quick shout out to the people who are putting together for our first Saturday in April. That's our Easter egg hunt. That's April 2nd at 11 o'clock here at the church. Come on out and be a part of that. If you got kids that are babies, or if you got kids up to 5th grade, bring them on out. The whole family is invited. We'll have activities for everybody to do out there. Also want to let you know this Sunday, right after church, we're asking our teens and our anybody who has kids to come and stay real quick right after church so we can plan for our youth ministry team meeting and we can plan into our summer. And so those are the things that we have going on there at the church. So I hope that you enjoyed this quick little high five. I know there's a little bit of advertisement stuff that's happening here, but I hope that you can learn to trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. That's right from the Bible, Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. All right, now, you have a good day. We love you here at Great Bridge. I love you with all my heart. Hope to see you Sunday.